Follow is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. For those of you who don't know me, now you do. Well, that was the famous words of Aria after round 1, taking care of the gangster Peter Onjak from the March 2023 finale. And for Aria, those words ring true in a lot of settings. Hey, DJ, your mic on, man. You're good. Sorry about that. Anyway. Those words ring true in a lot of settings. Because she maybe have been forgotten in the past, but now the present is here. Aria knows what it's like to be underlooked and undervalued. But now she looks to reassign to the top. Will she get there? And for Leah, it was a game after dark that we may never have known or have seen. Playing JT is not an easy feat. Playing JT is something that a lot of people would kill or be killed. But she found a way after the dark. When the lights were the brightest and yet the dullest, she found a way to pull the 16-1. And now in league history, we've been through a lot of matches. Almost 640 hours of Uno have been played. But we've never had a D1 female versus female match. Today, history will be made. But the question is, will it be the famous quote or the famous cat? That's the answer we're about to find out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever all-female matchup between Aria and Leah. There's no greater introduction to have than that. It's going to be a good one. And let's get to that packed schedule we have today. And what a game. We do not have the fresh stuff, but Jay Caesar in 7. I mean, that game between Goldie and him, classic. Game down to the last wire. Power plays, both in used game 5 and 6. Set us up for a game 7. Caesar on to the next round. Sweet 16. A little omission on my end. He actually has 15 career wins all time now. Jay Caesar racking up those stats and numbers as he will look to take care of business against Chom again next round on the road. Aria Leah right here. We'll get to that later. Winner gets you Pez. No matter who wins, we'll be on the road. Andy Zach coming up at 4 o'clock. We will see about that. It'll be a short stream. We may get that around 4 or 4:15. We'll keep that in mind. Sting Camaro tonight. Looking forward to that. Slytherin region, 8 o'clock to cap it off for the night. 4-pack of games, all streamed, all day long. 8 hours of coverage, beginning at 12 to 8. We'll probably finish it up around 9. We'll go into the pod, and, well, there's a reason why this pod has been crazy, because there's only been one real favorite, and that is Ypez taking care of business against Brian and, of course, Hockey, respectively, on a non-stream. In this region, how did we get here? Well, Leah took care of business against JT. Aria won the opening match of 2025 against Peter at 11 a.m. all the way back 2 weeks ago now, from February 4th. That just shows you how long tournaments are going. Well, joining me in the booth is going to be someone very special. We have talked about bringing this guy in the booth ever since the expansion was a thing. We had a little bit of a mic issue there. Apologies for that. It's picking up, but no worries. Doesn't really detract from DJ Curtis, the Legends value. He's in the booth with me. I'll have Charles Sanford as the ref. Got Yoshi here. He's going to just be more of my stats guy. I'll check to him, try to get him involved. He paid the price to come here, so I'm going to make sure I get him involved. And our two players, Aria and Leah. But let's go to the man of the hour. DJ Curtis, this is a great match to have you in for your first ever match, because here's why. You know Aria from other communities and our respectively, but you also played Leah when you won 4-2 last year. Leah's a different player. Aria is a different player from where they were respectively in 2023 at the end of Super League. And let's say Leah post-2024, where she basically beat England in a relegation and then JT in round 1. I know it's a little different lore, but what are you expecting here? Now, we're going to start you off with something nice and easy from both players on the evolution. Talk to me about the evolution of the game of Uno from when you came here and what you expect from both of these players.
Well, from how I've played it, right? Well, first things first, honor to be here. First game, so obviously gonna have some jitters, right? Might not be as knowledgeable as you are. You know the lore much better than I do. But in terms of how this matchup's gonna approach, and really how the game of Uno in general has kind of progressed. Now, a lot of us will play maybe old school, but some are a little bit more aggressive than others. Another thing is really adaptation. How are you going to adapt to how the other player plays? Could you determine the pace? Could you save up some ammo? Maybe go for a good little run at the end? We'll kind of have to see. I think both, obviously things change, play styles change. That's kind of how you progress as a player in these kind of tournaments, right? You live and you learn. Maybe some learn more than others, right? But I think this really should make for a very close matchup. I think a lot of us kind of want that. I think seeding, I feel it does matter to an extent, but at the same time, if you just know how to manage the game, how you can strategize properly, it could be anybody's for the taking. That's what the art of Uno is all about, the parity.
It is the parity. We'll go to Sanford real quick. We want to thank Sanford for setting up the games as well before we get into, which is going to save us a lot of time trying out that new strategy. Sanford, obviously, big game here. You know Aria from Super League 23. You've seen her around. You know her from the regular season. Leah's coming in. You played Leah as well from last year. Different player, but we started to see something from her when you played her, taking you 7. What's been the biggest thing that Leah's done to improve her game, and how is Aria, with the art of surprise always being a forefront of her game, made a statement so far early in the season?
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying you're welcome on saying up. I remembered you had said it in the previous stream, so I'm like, oh shoot, didn't start yet. So got that in there. For Leah, didn't catch her first round game. Opponent she got in a way situation kind of helped, but I think in terms of competition, she went through the gauntlet last year, played one of the toughest 5-game schedules you could really have in terms of like quality of opponents. So I think she just kind of took the losses in stride, learned from each opponent and what they were doing, and was able to apply that. For Aria, it's just kind of a welcome back, here we go, and she's proven that even though she's gone for a year, nothing's really changed.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to go to the players right here. Aria, you basically said it best. You made a statement taking care of the OG champ, Peter Onjak, from March 23. Now you enter as the home team, which is, it's funny. You wouldn't think you'd be the home team in a round 2 match as a 9 seed, but here we are. How does that change your approach compared to when you're on the road versus home? You've been around the ballpark. We got some cool things for you as well. Today will be your 100th game in Game 3. Should have happened last year for all due purposes. But your thoughts on just playing your 100th game as well today on Game 3, a little bit of the vibe, and looking forward to this first ever match. We've never had 2 female players face off. This is the first time in history. Talk me through it.
Yeah, of course. No, I think it's very historic to have this first matchup, of course. Very important for the league. The representation, and then just like the statistic of it, of course. And then I think as far as the 100th game, same thing, I'm very sure a number of people have already crossed that, but, nonetheless, it's very nice to hit the triple-digit figures as far as games. Obviously, the idea is to want to win more than you lose, but that's obviously the objective for today. I think as far as the home and away positioning, in terms of the game format, I think it does definitely have an impact, but, I think a great player will be able to adapt to any and all situations given to them. So, of course, I'm going to look to adapt to those situations, and, it's going to be a fun time, I think. So, I'm ready for the challenge.
All right, you're ready for the challenge. We'll get to our 100th game in Game 3. I'll read off some stats, of course. Looking forward to that. Got another player, also Lane, coming up in the 100th games. Just look at that. So we'll go over to Leah. Leah, obviously, like Sanford said, I was not there for the game. That was a very late after dark. We had the API outage with Discord and all that. But you still were able to overcome the adversity. A little bit different situation today now. Knowing you play Aria, you may not know the style compared to J2, who's been a prominent figure in Super League, but Aria was here in Super League in 2023. How do you try to use what you learned from the JT game to apply to the Aria game and spice up the looks to get the win here? Go for it. And your thoughts on the first ever, as I said, female on female matchup. Go ahead.
Hello? Am I coming in clear?
You're going to go, yep.
All right, awesome. Like Ari said, I'm very excited about the first female match in the league. It's a nice, like, as she mentioned, just diversity and a good step to have. I'm excited to see like how it turns out. In terms of like actual play style, I think biggest lesson I've learned: always stay calm, cool, collected throughout the game. Like accurately plan out your ammo where you can. That's something I've had to learn. And honestly, I think to an extent, being a 16 seed has its advantages, as counterintuitive as that may sound. Never being able to have the home, the first game, it sounds like a bad thing, but it means you get to see where the other player is most comfortable and how they play when they're in their element. And I've learned to kind of like look at that and play off of them from what I've seen.
Well, we're going to see what happens. Who will play off who? Be a good game today. And thanks to Charles Sanford, we're going to get the game going right away. Trying this new procedure. I think I like it. Gets the game moving, gets it flowing, and it's great for pace of play. Charles Sanford knows a thing or two about the old pitch clock in baseball. That's something to keep in mind there when we thought of that. Anyway, let's get to it. Game set up. Aria, welcome back. Your first home game since Super League 23. What's it going to be for Game 1 for that Quest to 100? What we got? The OG start. Here we go. Sanford on scoreboard. Classic 7. First ever all-female matchup. DJ Curtis in the booth. Another one. And we begin with Camara. We'll see tonight at old 8 o'clock. And then DJ, right off the bat, man, we talk about how do you start a game. There's different ways to skin the cat as she goes for a yellow 3 here. Do you like the aggression early on a 7-card start, or do you think it's just about vibing and chilling, considering it is a low tier, but it could crescendo at any moment with the gameplay?
I think it's a matter of what you have in your table, right? Your hand. Then obviously you got to pay attention to the table too. Now sometimes you might start off, let's say the first game you have a really bad draw, and that might be kind of what all she wrote sometimes, because some of these games can progress really quick with a low card start like this, or really the normal. As you already see, a yellow +2 here. That's already some momentum shifts here with +4, or not really +4, but a yellow 4 after. So a little bit of an early lead here for Aria right now.
And indeed, an early lead. Sanford going to be on our good old card history and table as we go into Rogers 4. Let's see how Leah responds. Leah looking for it. We'll play a cool little test. Let's see if the test is passed. Aria looking for some more on this yellow. She gets it with a little bit of a number efficient play in the green. Learning from Peter Anjak. We saw that a lot in her match against Peter that went 7. Does Leah come back? That's her own card, by the way. Down to Jenna will go 0 sugar. And now, DJ, we're in that red zone. We talk about this a lot. Sanford, the red zone, we're down to 3-4 cards. It could crescendo at any moment. How do you try to apply this if you're Leah, knowing the red zone's a big thing in this league with chains being up to 4?
Could be defensive, might have to be defensive if need be. Obviously, I feel like it's too early to use a power play, really. Obviously, you still got that in hand, but you probably would want to use that in later sets. But it only just seems like we're kind of limited to just 2 colors right now. Yellow and a green as she just drew. So now an opportunity to pounce, and we might have a draw city here in our hands.
Yeah, draw city, perfectly explained, man. That's the beauty. And DJ, when you're looking at draw city, you look for 2 things, right? Top decks, of course, but who can build the hands? As you said, 2 colors strat. We're back to yellow. Hold the phone. Let's see how Aria can readapt. Still drawing back.
Yep, just another draw.
And that's the 2-color box you put yourself in. It's a different type of Pandora's, but we can get out of this a little bit more compared to Aria. Still drawing back goes
Still
Aria.
drawing.
Yep. Let's see if Leah can get out of this.
It makes you wonder.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but it makes you wonder, though. Sometimes when you draw, we got a red now, so now we got the 3rd color introduced here for tonight's match. But it makes you wonder, though, when you draw a lot, right? Could you just be saving all that ammunition at the very end, though, to get that good run in? You might have maybe 2 +4s, +2s, maybe lined up, primed up, ready to go.
Absolutely, and it's about just timing. We saw it with the last game with Caesar Goldie. That was massive, and now number efficiency coming into play.
Pandora's box.
Yep, Pandora's box starting to open. Let's see what we get on this blue. Keeps it clean. Goes to her fellow Kentucky native M. Let's see what Aria can do. Plays the reverse. Does the single style. Looking for the finish. Here she comes.
Looking for Uno here.
Got the check. Now the question becomes, does Leah have anything on defense?
Defend that.
Yep. You're typing up. Let's see what the play will be. Looking for a double Uno. We've seen that before. Double Uno.
Ooh.
Aria
Real
looking
question
for
is
it in game one.
blue card.
Yep. Can she finish it off? No. Leah now looking to finish it off. Let's see what it'll be. Now, Draw City.
Nothing there.
Yep. Now we'll come down to top deck. See what we get on these draws after. Nothing from Aria. Does Leah get something?
This already establishes the fact that neither of them had a blue to really ice the game there, so that gives us a good indicator. Uno again.
Well, top deck. That's it. In the nick. Still nothing from Aria. Going to play it cool. Hoping there's no 9 heaven on the back door. Nothing, and that's a safe play, right, DJ? You got to assume play the percentages. You don't think a 9 would be there. Draw back. Hope there's no top deck for sure.
Yep, back to Draw City once again. Just at a stalemate right now.
Still at the stalemate, as DJ said, and then right now it becomes a game of building the ammunition. We'll go to Sanford real quick. Sanford, we saw this almost similar to game 1 with Caesar and Goldie. We were avoiding the Draw City, but there was a point where Caesar was running early, Aria ran early, and now Leah's catching up. What's the cat and mouse like in a game 1 with the feeler, as we saw the first game in that Caesar game go 13 minutes? Ever?
I'm looking at the table here right now, and Leah's got a pretty comfortable card gap right now. Now, that might drop down here. Now it's a 2-card advantage, but 3 to 5. But Aria's just drawing and drawing and drawing right now. And so is Leah, though. They're all kind of, I think they're getting everything set up.
No, I was just going to say, we're getting everything set up. I'm just going to throw the question to you, DJ. Your thoughts on these game 1 feelers, man? Do you prefer a 5-minute plus game 1 because it gives the style presence, or do you like a quick game 1 to really set the tone early? What's your preference on a game 1 feeler versus setting the tone?
I mean, for me, I think knowing me, because I'm a very fast kind of Uno player, I like it fast, but I think objectively, I think for a lot of players, I wouldn't say objectively, but subjectively, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You'd probably want to pace yourself a little bit, get the idea of how people play. So we do have a color switch here to a red 9, so let's see if anybody else has got anything in the hat for a red. Didn't seem much luck for the blues so far, but let's just see in here.
Table 7-7, back to where we started, just like it never ever happened. Here comes Leah, of course, into DJ's car. That was perfectly timed.
A little cameo there.
There you are, buddy. We're looking forward. We're looking forward now to see where the run will play.
Reverse.
Yep, double play. Aria, of course.
Double play.
And that's the thing. One quick, I'm going to add. Aria's not a player to go for. We saw last game, Caesar Goldie. They were willing to go 3-4 Comanche. Aria's a single style player, 1 at a time. Don't take too much risks. Make sure everything's clean.
Kind of like a, you do plays with like a dozen cuts in it. Basically slice it down.
For now, going to check the logs. There it is. We're starting again to this game 1 of feel it out, understand the process, and go from there as DJ makes another cameo. And back to his car. We're out of DJs now. One up to Sanford, getting the whole team involved. I like it. But right now, you talked about the draw city, DJ. It seems a lot of numbers came off those draws because we're not seeing any runs. It could be a save play, but it also could mean the ammo is at the beginning, or excuse me, at the end or the middle of the deck. We're still early on this draw city in terms of the cards remaining, for sure.
And you could argue it could be a lot of just top deck action, if anything. But again, still a lot of cards left on the table, and then we're still stuck on red.
Taco joins us.
That's a green now, or as I said, that aged like milk.
That's it, man. In the industry, it's called a little bit of commentator's curse, right? But we'll see if that's a good curse, because here comes
a +2.
Yep. Into her own card from Caesar, just 1. Now we'll see what Leah will do with 2 freshies on the board. Up by a possession. Leah looking for the tie. Loads up here. Plays it cool. And that's a smart move, dude. Play it cool. See if this is an actual good test or bad test moment to see if she has any more greens. We'll see what happens right here.
Oh, for sure.
Aria looking to load in here. Let's see what she'll have. Plays it really cool, or does she have a run to the finish? We've seen split ammo out. That's a good test for
Nope, drew it.
Yep. Very good test. Very good test indeed. Now can Leah run on the screen, or does she have a number efficient play to switch over? Saw double sevens earlier. 777 here would pull the slots.
Double reverse.
Double reverse skip meta, looking for the trips.
Could go for a little run here.
Got the trips, yep.
Got an Uno.
Yep, back to check now. Aria on defense, trying to stop Leah. We've seen the roles have been reversed twice in this series so far. Big think stop moment here. Of course, you got to think stop. Not stop, think stop, think about it. Right? And then stop, and then think again. Goes to red.
Ooh, goes for the wild.
Plays the percentages. Did Aria have the fade look ready for Leah's red? Let's see if Leah saved the red. She was the one to switch off it. Great play.
No red. Great play. Great defensive play.
And Ashley herself. We'll see her on Thursday night. Here comes Aria. Here's a reverse. Looking
Red
for
reverse.
the steal. Got a yellow.
A yellow reverse.
Oh.
Uno.
Back and forth, dude. You can see it. Leah did that earlier with the triple play to get to Uno. Now Aria did a lot of toaster guy style here. Try to get to Uno and see if the opponent cracks. Let's see.
Yeah, if they bite.
Let's see if Leah will bite on this or has a possible yellow safe finish. Let's see. Oh, it's a top deck plus 4.
Ooh, a plus 4.
And gets the sneak attack.
And that gets it. Oh my goodness.
Wow, it was a crazy game. I'm going to go to Aria real quick. For Aria, you really had the run there to the finish. You decided to go red wild, and you lost on a top deck. But this is almost similar to the first game with Peter Onjak, who finished on a top deck in game 1. You've been here before down. Did you get enough for a read in that 9-minute game to see how Leah's playing? Very mimicking style, too, where you would do a triple play, she does a triple play, you're both trying to crack like an egg at Uno. Do you start to get a little bit of a read entering this game, too? Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. I think, being the first time that two players play each other, I think, of course, we're both learning each other's styles, play tricks, things of the sort. So, yeah, I mean, I think they'll only increase the further along the game. But, yeah, I mean, of course, being down early isn't ideal, but, there's always the rest of the series to make it back up, as you've seen in the past, so.
Long way to go. We'll go to Leah, absolutely. Long way to go. We can see it last week with old Peter. Now, Leah, you did a good job there. A lot of mimicking style. Did you, and my counter question, obviously Aria's style a little bit, excluding that top deck, because we know it was a top deck, and the sneak attack getting that in there. Did you feel a little bit more comfortable in Draw City, considering maybe JT is a player to have those top decks? Did you learn a little bit of, let's say, what JT did in the past in that game last week to give you an advantage here, knowing that sometimes top decks put into pressure Uno at some point it's going to crack into your favor? Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, of course, there's always that top deck to worry about. That's where a lot of the luck in Uno comes into play, but if I'm telling you the truth, Draw City is honestly where I feel comfortable a lot of the time, because knowing we're both drawing back-to-back, it feels like if one of us is stocking up ammo, the other probably also is. If one of us has nothing, the other probably also is struggling. So it's just a nice place to kind of build back up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's the thing, DJ, right, with Draw City. It's a double-edged sword. It's a catch-22. At some point, it's going to go in your favor, and then at some point, it isn't going to go in your favor. How do you balance that as a player, knowing you have this one meta where we saw the first game, okay, Draw City, exclude the top deck, it was Draw City, game of mimicking on end-around plays. Do you think you have to adjust if you're both players knowing you see that one meta in a game one feeler, but just like that, it could switch over to the other side into something completely different in, let's say, 30 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I'm also trying to deal with right now, right? Is that you're trying to figure out when you want to strike. It's really a game of like chess at times, or checkers if you want to go either route, right? Just a matter of who strikes first, and you just kind of have to analyze and observe like what they're gonna pull off next. Because like you said, right, but ammunition, if one, or even Leah mentioned, right, you stock up, they're gonna stock up back base, or they're gonna reciprocate said feelings until someone strikes first. And, there was the notion, right, keeping cool, and Leah did a really good job with that, and then just a brilliant defense, but turned out into also a brilliant counterattack. Could have been an ultimate decision to maybe go for a call out there. I didn't see like an Uno. It didn't look like I saw anything that indicated like an Uno, like a command or anything. But I think that's something maybe that could be picked up. from there on. But no, that's just a brilliant matchup. Pretty even, it felt like. Going really a lot of back and forth matchups here. Uno left to right and then ended up being Draw City. This is a really fun matchup we could see for these other games.
Absolutely, left, right, back, and center, all the four directions, north, south, east, west. We've been every direction. Leah stayed calm and composed. We'll see what she can do in game 2. For that, I'm going to go back to Aria. Actually, let's see what Leah's going to say right here. But yeah, and TJ said it best. Just because you don't have the hand at the beginning of any game, you're never out of it with this spot. Because you just never know what the other player might have. Maybe the other player has a good hand, but in the end of the day, when you pick 7 cards, they're going to be the one that wants to be aggressive. I got you. No worries. All right, Aria. Looking forward to taking care of business maybe in game 2. We'll find out. Last home game till game 5. If we get there, what's it going to be for your 99th game? What do we got?
We're going to go with the 5-card start.
No send. That's going to make Sanford happy. He knows about that with the no senders. All right. No send. Could go quick again, DJ. We'll find out. We go to Kev 3. You never know in this league on a 5-card start. We've all been there.
Yeah, a lot of the time it feels like you barely have any enemies to begin with. That's why it's always 5 cards. So usually it's probably just a numbers game, if anything. But are we off red 6?
Oh, yeah, the red rod. Yeah, no, it was a major risk. It worked out, really, if you think about it. If you don't get the top 10, that could go into her favor. So it's just one card, man. Micro margins in this league. It's just one card can make the difference between winning and losing any given match, which is what we wanted for sure as the players continue to evolve with this pot. We'll go into Ghost right there.
Yep, gonna keep it at red right now.
Keeping it at the red. Let's see if Aria was aggressive with the switching early. There's the +4.
+4 yellow. Double play. Yeah, +4 though, pretty big card gap. 6 cards to be exact. How will Leah respond?
Yeah, big +4. As you said, 6 possession lead in the favor of Aria. DJ on the mic here, doing a great job so far early. Let's see if Leah can find a little rhythm. This time with 4 freshes. You said it earlier. May have not had the hand in game 1, but could have got it. There's that red wild. There we go.
I'm wondering, though, with the +4, when you have only a few cards left, though, would you rather have saved it, or is it... We'll have to see what Aria's got cooking here. Another +4. My goodness. I think that already answered my own question. So she had 2 +4s, 1 +4s, in her deck. What a draw to have for game 2. And talk about it. It's a 1-1. 1-1 for even match.
I was going to say, there's not much to really ask there. Aria, you kind of answered DJ's question. Basically, I was going to say, is that just a split ammo play? We see Chomik and Allen be the 2 big guys with that, but I don't even think you got to be Chomik and Allen. Anyone, you get 2 +4s on a 5-card start, you split the percentages, and it's usually game. So talk to me about just the guts to go 5 there, keeping it in the low-tier range. What was it? I know you did this against Peter as well. I'll have to look back at the lot, but I know you went low and gambled well on that one. Thoughts about that one?
To be honest, I just want to answer DJ's questions, so there you go.
Oh my God, DJ, that is brutal to lose on. That's brutal.
It really is. It really is. There's only so much you can do, and I know Leo definitely was trying to save that for the very end, but it's just, she got beaten to the punch, essentially. Crazy draws on both ends when you think about it.
Yeah, Leah, it's crazy, because there's only 10 cards that got distributed, and 3 +4s right there, 2 wild. That's pretty crazy to think about. 10 cards, and you got 3 +4s and a couple wilds. Your thoughts on maybe... yeah, exactly. I don't even have a question. Just your thoughts on just how that game flow you can do a little bit better. Maybe trying to time it on the 5 card now if you see that again. Your thoughts on maybe trying to find a read if we go back this low. I don't really have much of a question. There's not much you can do. Hate to say it. Yeah,
that's tough. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Just like absolutely crazy stacked hand. I tried to hold on to what I had. Aria went straight out with it, and ultimately the brute force strategy came out on top that time.
Nothing to say. I think that's pretty much summed it up. The brute force got on top. We'll see what happens, DJ, game 3. Now Leah will get in her homestand. Obviously, she'll have no 7, but the low tier, you can see Aria setting the standard here. I know how to play this low stuff. We see Captain of the 7 Seas, probably the biggest guy. Shout out Cap. 5 to 8, 5 to 9. That's what Cap usually thrives on. Aria, another player who just has a good feel for that lower tier package, and it's the low downforce, man. Sometimes you just know when to go low, and Send the brute force in and knock your opponent on one pedestal to a lower one. We'll see what happens in this game 3 for sure. All right. Leah, no 7. Sanford's the ref, of course. What are we going to do for this pivotal game 3?
Well, as the saying goes, they go low, we go high. Full send, 15.
We're sending it. There we go. Well, DJ,
15.
off the bat.
Ooh.
Big moment for Leah, of course. Remember CSR. So if you win here, that's it for Leah on the 15s. But we could still have a game 7, 15. We'll see. We saw that with Peter and Aria in that game 7. Here we go. Started off with the
starting off green too.
Yep, the old gone green dudes. And now, DJ, we'll go to you here. It's a 1-1 game. You've been in this situation. Usually those odd number games, game 3s, if we get to a game 5 where it's 2-2, can dictate the winner of a series. How do you play this as we go into the birthday boy Vapors G6 to begin with?
I feel like you got to play it the same way you've got to play it. Keep your strategy going. Now, obviously, again, adaptation is a big thing, but you don't really worry too much. You're already evened out. You've equalized 1-1, right? Now, in Aria's case, won that game too really fast. This one I expect to be a little bit slower, but I think if this game 3, whoever wins this one, this will determine the momentum shift in this. Now, things can change in a heartbeat. We've seen close games all the way up to, the very end, but they're just right now, they're just stuck in green and, try and maybe get rid of the color early on, but, makes you wonder about that essence of, isolation at some point later on as they shift to yellow.
Yeah, shift to yellow, ditto play right there, and you wonder if that was the same move. You just wonder because they were both looking at that yellow 3. Let's see what Leah will have here into the second color. Goes double up in the Stefan.
I'm wondering if they're draining all the yellows, get that out of the way. Now it shifts to blue.
Wonder if
third color introduced tonight.
Wonder if that's a fade look. You wonder too with good old Leah. Could see if she has one in their back pocket.
Rolls with it.
A lot of 3s and 6s so far. A ton of 3s and 6s. Holy moly!
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Kind of both of them are rolling with the punches. They just kind of going with the flow with how this pacing has been.
Yep, 7 3s and 6. Actually, 8 3s and 6s combined already. And Sanford, as a card history guy, you're loving that, right? You can always go back to that number or card as a possible isolation tactic moving forward. Here comes Leah looking for a double.
Skip.
Yep. Looking for that double. Here we go. Staying with it right now. Let's see if she switches into another color. Maybe open up Pandora's for real in red. Even though we saw red off the last game being a predominant color with the crazy +4s. And there's the huge run.
Oh my goodness. Triple play. All +2s. A quadrant of cards given to Aria.
Still going. Let's see. Take it home here, DJ. We'll see what we got.
Oh my goodness. A reverse and a green 2. So basically, that was like a quintuplet play, essentially. My goodness.
Yeah, I think
crazy play.
Yeah, remember the new rules.
Big lead.
25 cards. We expanded it to 25 cards now with the old combo, 6-bagger as we call it in the industry. Yep. And that's a lot, right? That's a toaster guy strap I've ever seen as we go into red now. That's for sure Pandora's. Toast does this a lot where he's trying to run as we go back to blue, trips 4 action in a nom. And that's the thing, DJ. We see two schools of thought sometimes. How fast do you want to run? Tortoise right now, like Leah just said, you know what? I'm going the hair route. I'm going to go as fast as I can to get that Uno. Aria has to be a tortoise to climb back into this, for sure.
Oh, for sure. And the real question, now another question you think, right? When you use ammunition like that, but you can't really get to that Uno, will it bite you in the rear? That is a big thing. Because for all we know, Aria might have an artillery. A +2, skips, reverses, or wild +4s and all that, etc. That'll be the real test here for this match. Now Leah does have a pretty comfortable lead, 4-17. But for all we know, 10 of those cards that Aria has could be +4s for all I know.
You never know in this game of Uno, and right now for Aria, it's about saving and controlling the pace. Goes for a while. That's interesting.
Wild blue.
That's interesting. It's that KT card now. The question becomes, for Aria, is she gambling on 2 colors, saying, okay, I feel confident in green and blue not being what we need here. Let's play a little bit more of this 2-color approach and play isolation ball. We'll find out. It's working, though.
Working, though. Good call.
Great call. Now will come down number of fish. We'll go into the 5, and just like that, we're at full send, no send on the scoreboard. Leah at the no send, Aria back to the full send. There's the 5.
Yellow 5.
Yep. There's the Stingray switch, and that's the thing with DJ. Number efficiency is very important. This is where Peter comes into play. You gotta know how to play the right number. You could have drew there, but Aria took the gamble and went for it.
It's a big judgment call because you don't want to switch up the colors too fast either. So that's something I learned firsthand, right? Because sometimes that'll just not work out in your favor.
It's all about that timing, especially even with the simple play. And Aria, go. Here we go, D. This will be the first one.
Could we get a run here? Double, triple play.
Yeah, back to blue. Playing that isolation Uno for sure. See that a lot with Nom.
Lee has an answer for that.
Goldie did that
for
a
blue.
lot. Yep.
Nothing.
And now, if you're already a 2-color Uno, right? Play the numbers and see where we go. Regardless here, back to 6 possession game, starting to chip down.
Yep, shrinking the gap just slowly but surely.
It's a sporting
Drawing
game.
Again.
It's a sporting game. And when you're from behind, right, you're down 17, down 20, it's about chipping away. You're not going to win the game on the next turn. It's about chipping away, playing methodical, and coming back at the opponent and try to get them in a more of a panicking situation despite being behind, for sure.
So the other question, we could just see Leah just again stacking up the artillery. So that ammunition. That, or again, maybe the blue just isn't really her favorite color right now. But it's shifted to red, so let's see. Will we get a response back here?
Hit the nail on the head right there. Into red. We'll go into a red 4 now. Maybe blue wasn't her favorite. We'll see if she saved any in the back pocket. Aria playing
Shifts
switch
back
heavy.
to yellow.
Yep, switching back into Rogers from Superior, switching heavy now. And that's the thing. When you start to switch heavy, this is that moment where Aria's starting to say, I'm getting back in the game. I'm starting to see the finish line. But you got to always remember, it's still a long way away. When you're down 21 cards, you were further away compared to Leah at 4. That's the mindset of Uno. You gotta know when to make that timing in all aspects and all adaptations.
Oh, most definitely. And we saw green at the beginning. We haven't seen much green ever since then. It's just kind of been that red, yellow, blue area. Green is just kind of shoved to the side. And here we go. We got some skips going on.
Trips play, yep. Into an old gold H. Night Walker. There's Leah with the Zach 103 deuce. Aria looking to run right here. Let's see if she has any more in the reds. Finding a little rhythm here. Down to 1 possession. Plus 2. Here we go.
Up ahead 1 now.
Keep it running, DJ. Go for it, man. Let's see what we got.
Let's see here. We'll probably maybe get a double play, maybe even more. Let's see what this run's got in store for us. So far, +2, red +2. Could go for just another red. If you have another +2, you could basically pair that up, make them compatible. Yellow +2. There is the duo right there. And a wild +4 back to red. My goodness, triple play so far in the making.
Might be a finisher, DJ. I think I might take this
Could be a finisher, honestly.
Yeah, that's it. That's a finish.
1 card, though, and that'll do it.
Yeah, that was a finish. 100%. And I think that's the old school thought. Tortoise hair. Aria decided to be the tortoise there when Leah gave all the cards. So we're going to Aria. I have to assume right there that 2-color wild strap playing the KT blue wild right there, bouncing off the green and blue. Was that a case where you're just going to stick with the plan and say, okay, I see the 2-color. It's a read. Even no matter what she switches, I had the ammo in the back end. Tell me about the patience there of understanding the read of the 2 colors to get the win.
Yeah, of course. I mean, being 21 board down, of course, not going to win it and make it all back in 1 move. So, of course, you have to be methodical. You have to think your way through it. And I think it paid off quite well. So we look to carry the momentum forward.
We'll go to Leah here. Leah, you decide to make the break. You went for a 6-bagger, trips +2 sandwiched in there. Were you banking on saying, you know what, that's probably my only move because I didn't have any other action cards, or are you just trying to test Aria to see how she can win from behind? Because remember, when sometimes a player goes 5 through 8, you don't know what their avenue or even their read is on a 15-plus card start. Even when you give them 21, you haven't seen that all game. So were you just trying to test Aria now that you had the data not to do that again? Or was it a case that I just didn't have the ammo? I felt I had to send her back to 21 and hope it works out with some number of fish. Go ahead.
I think it was a little bit of both. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I didn't want to like test the waters, like see how recoverable that position would be. At the same time, I was kind of lacking in other ammo, and I figured, you know what? I got 3+2s. I don't know how much longer I can save these before she gets a leg up. I'm just gonna throw them all out at once, see what I can do with that massive advantage. And it didn't end up playing out this time, but I think it was worthwhile strategy to try.
I'll go to DJ here, and DJ, that's the difference between two schools of thoughts, right? You don't know if you had the ammo, okay, but then you also have to realize what was in return, and sometimes when you try to make a return, it's either a good return or a bad return. Sometimes it's you gamble and say, I'm going to throw that plus 12 or whatever it was, right? I think it was it was plus 12.
It's pretty close to that, but either way, it was a lot of ammunition given. Because by then, Aria had almost like 24 cards, essentially. Had 21 cards from my recollection, so, I mean, it was a lot, but like I kind of alluded, right? You know, you asked that question. If you give that much ammunition away, but you don't even ice it, that could bite you in the end. And in that case, it kind of proved my point right. It pretty much did bite Leah in the end. And I think they'll look back at this, right? They'll look back at this game. Now, obviously, we still have more to play. But I think they'll learn, you learn from that. So we'll just kind of see what they've got, coming up. But, I mean, that kind of, Aria, great clinical drive, honestly. Just clinical Uno is all I could really say. Took advantage of that ammunition, saved it up, right? Didn't look like Leah had a real big answer after the gap. Just wasn't meant to be. And what could have been, for game 3.
The old clinic, man. Put on the clinic, put on that masterclass drive. And sometimes you know how to drive it slow or fast, and you drive it slow early. You know it's coming back in the fast lane at some point when you give all that ammunition. We'll see what happens in game 4. All right, Leah, no 7 still. Everything is free to go. You saw it, the both ends, right, on the 5 and 15. What do we got here for game 4, pivotal one?
I think I'm going to go with 10.
All right, we'll split it in half. 5, 15. We'll go 5 on the right, 5 on the left. That makes 10.
Find the median.
Yep, Charles Sanford, swaying on him. We'll get the scoreboard going. There we go. Starter up here. Of course, game 4, there it is. Scoreboard's in, and now Sanford will ref it up, and we'll get it going. We'll begin with Andy 3. We'll see Andy in an hour. And now, DJ, it's the adaptation process now. If you're really, you're playing from behind, but at the same time, as we go into a bad Brad Blue Deuce, it's not the worst thing because you could have a little bit more of an aggressive package if you need it, knowing that you have more of the house money as a 16 seed, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Low seed, you can do as you please, essentially. Still want to play smart, right? You can get aggressive if needed, but I don't think it's quite at that level just yet. But, well, time will tell, though. Shift it up to yellow. They're all rolling with it.
Well, they're rolling for sure. Now the question becomes, who will make that break? We saw a lot of these games have decided on who makes the break first, and Leah looking to see if she can make the break first. We saw that didn't work the last game, so you wonder in the back of her mind, okay, it didn't work. Maybe I play it cool. Power play is still open to both players. We'll see how that goes as well. Aria draws.
Yeah, pretty interesting to do a draw there. May not have the color. Maybe just waiting for another opportunity as Leah rolls with it with an 8.
Could be saving, right? We always talk about the save tag, saving a little bit of extra.
Another draw.
In the back pocket. Leah rolling now. Let's see. Does she play a switch play here? Does. Gets the switch. Old-fashioned end around.
Double reverse. Shifts to green to a 0. Triple play there. Good little play there. Let's see, though. Does she have still some action cards left on the table?
Aria's got something to return. Here we go. Double play. Keeps it cool.
6 card advantage for Leah right now. It's got 3 to Aria's 9.
Aria down to 8 actually with the double. All good, though. Let's see what she'll have.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Correct. You're right.
You're good. Learning the game, right? That's what it's all about. Here comes Leah looking for a run, possibly to, even the score, get this to check. Oh, heat check, indeed, into a yellow.
Ooh,
Back
wild
to it.
yellow. Sticking with those two colors.
Aria, nothing. This could be big for Leah now, looking for check or possibly to
Big
finish it
chance.
off. Yep. Definitely a Plan A game for Leah so far. Really nothing to comment on. And that's going to be a Plan A win. Yep.
I don't think Aria had anything for that.
No.
Well played.
No, I don't.
2-2 game.
I'll ask her just to make sure. But Aria, I got really nothing to say. I mean, the only chance I could have seen, maybe you go to red. Did you have anything in red, maybe? That's all I could really see. Otherwise, I don't think you could have done much there.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the strategical options, there wasn't too much open to us, but, that's how it goes. It ebbs and flows. Sometimes it is in your favor, sometimes not so much. So that's just how it goes. And, still a decent way to go. So, a game far.
And Lee, I got to say, you lost that game, too, where you had the crazy hand. You felt you got one back as retribution, knowing, okay, you may have not got a game 2 if you lost down ammo, but this time you had a Plan A win. And thoughts heading into a game 5 where it seems to be the pivotal moment. A lot of these 7-game series have been decided on 5, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how that game turned out. Did a little fake-out play at the end. Of course, my last number card was blue, but I remembered Aria was drawing on yellow, so hit her with the standard yellow wild first, and the wild +4 finish. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic. Of course, I know it can certainly go in either direction right here, but I'm looking forward to see what happens either way.
Well, DJ, now we'll go to you here. Tie game, what's the mindset in a tie game? Because usually in a best of 7, this game 5 is everything. We've seen a lot of people, whoever wins the best of 7 wins game 5 usually, because remember, home team especially, you have that game 7 advantage knowing you're at home. We saw with Jay Caesar a couple hours ago now. How do you approach this in a 2-2 game? What are the nerves like from your perspective? You've been here before. How do you compartmentalize all nerves and pressure, knowing this is a pivotal moment, but also it could be a foreshadow of what's to come?
You try not to think. For me, I try not to think too hard on it, right? Because if it gets to your nerves, it's a bit of a psychological game too, right? If you start, that mindset starts kind of dwindling down, the momentum won't go in your favor. And, well, this is a huge win for Leah, though. Aria won the last 2 before this game, but Leah was able to put a little bit of a bandage on it. It's an even game now, so we've just seen a lot of back-and-forth punches, though. It looks good for Leah right now, but again, game 5 awaits for us, and if, let's say Aria gets one and then Leah gets game 6, we could go to a game 7. So far, this match hasn't really disappointed.
No, it has not. It's been back and forth. I know Sean Ard's not here, but he loves these back-and-forth games, and it's really what this bot is. It's back and forth, always comes down to the last lap. Very few games have ever been decided in 4 or 5 usually. But we'll find out what happens here in this game 5. All right, Ari, it's
and
back
here's,
to
I forgot. Let me interrupt you real fast. Sorry, I wanted to say something to point out.
Yeah.
There's also the notion that there's still a power play for each of them left. So it's a matter of when they actually want to use that power play in store. So they still have this game, let's say it goes to game 6. I think guaranteed it's going to go to game 6 essentially.
Absolutely will, yep.
But like, it's the timing of that power play too, to ice it. That's going to be another big thing, is when you want to use that power play. I think a lot of the times you're going to want to use that offensively though. But if it's really the emergency, break the glass moment, have to use it defensively though. But I think I'm going to expect someone to at least use a power play maybe this game or the next. It has to be within these last 3 games. Let's say if it goes to game 7 in this case.
Well, now we're in a common power play usage. We have 2 stages now in this. We have the guys like Lane, Yepes, the school of thought, game 1 and 2, get it out of the way early, get the advantage. Lane definitely has been one guy to watch for that, same with Yepes. But then you have this, okay, it's 2-2, you still have it, it's a Caesar Goldie. We saw Caesar use it in game 5, he got the momentum. Goldie used it in game 6, but ultimately it's a flush, and we went to game 7. So there are different ways to use it. Aria is a one player that we saw against Peter, used it early, got the 3-2. I got the 2-1, not the 3-2. But she's learned now that she's come back, you got to save those. I think this will be an intriguing point to follow. All right, Aria, it's no dual ends. It's no 5 and 15. Everything's free to go. What do you got here for game 5, pivotal one?
We'll go 6 cards.
Okay, well, this is the low stuff. 6 cards. Samper would love this. He's a big guy to go low. Let's see what we got. Sanford loads up, and we'll start it off with the red. And DJ, we just saw with the 5 cards with Aria, she knows how to play this lower tier package and use that feel.
Quick draw, though, immediately.
Off to a quick draw. We'll see what happens in this Sanford. We'll see if she's saving some stuff from behind. We'll find out. Aria waiting for it.
Yep, getting it lined up.
Oh, here we go. Big play.
+2.
Double
Another
plus
one.
2.
Double +2.
Gotta do it. So that
Triple play.
So that's interesting, DJ. You wonder if she had actually that double +2, but was just waiting for one extra card with the 8 possible. We'll have to ask that as a question. That's interesting. We'll see what Aria can do. Now she'll be the hare, as Leah will be the tortoise in a different role.
Yeah, we'll just roll with it. Red 9.
We'll test. Let's see if Aria can get some number of fish. Got it!
Switches it over.
Game 5 and Poor Yoshi did mention that earlier today. Want to shout him out there. Absolutely. All right, we'll see what Leah will do now. New color. Plays it cool. Now Aria
Just rolls with it.
in the red zone. That's big. This is big here. Aria in the red zone. Still
Out to
playing.
blue.
Yep.
Number efficiency with the blue.
Let's see what Leah will throw. Still typing. Loading something up. Let's see what we got.
Might be a little bit of a run back. Let's just see here. This screams like a +2 or a reverse or some essence of a skip.
What's it going to be here from Leah? There's the
All that for a 2.
Oh, nice.
It got me teased there.
All good. Power play.
Power
Here
play.
we go. This could be 3-2. Aria looking for the 3-2 with the power play. It's the J. Caesar strat. You know what? You don't even hate that move.
Clever play of it.
Yeah, that's a great way to use
Wow.
it. Great way to use
Great
it.
way.
Because you just don't know, right, DJ? Because now you sent her back with so many cards and green had not been used. We saw exact move Caesar pull off. Not even, almost to a T, basically. Let's go to Aria. Aria, you basically said right there, hey, I got to shoot the gap, right? You see an avenue, you play aggressive. My only thing is that you had double +2 and legit got that first draw as a red 8. You didn't want to leave it open. Was that the theory behind that one?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it was a 2-part play. Get the pluses to attack early, get the advantage, and then after that, to kind of think my way through to get the rest of the cards out of the way, which luckily, we were able to do strategically, so quite happy with that one.
Very happy. We'll go to Leah. Obviously, you got your power play still in your back pocket, but do you feel you just couldn't do much there, or were you just waiting to bide your time on the red? Or maybe did you have ammo with that +6 and just got beat to the punch with a power play? What could you have done better? I don't really see much, but is there anything you could have maybe maximized a little more? Hard to really read a question on a 6-carder. Can't lie.
I'll be honest with you, KP. I really don't think there was anything I could have done there. Like, I knew my fate was sealed as soon as I saw the double +2 play, because then I was stuck with 11 cards, 10 of which were numbers. The only ammo I had was a regular wild. Like, I was just in the ditch there.
Yeah, and in the ditch. That's a great way to describe it. DJ, sometimes when you're in that ditch of Number City, right? We have draws to Number City. You're just stuck in there. The only way to play it, really, is you try to push the pace on number efficiency, but it's a hard read to play because at a certain point you almost wonder anything you play, it could be game over. So it's a tough one to swallow, but at the same time, you're still in it. You at least flushed your power play of your opponent, and you can still use that for Game 6 for sure. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's the one positive you can take from this loss is that, well, they don't have a power play anymore. You can still use it to your own advantage to bring a game back and bring it to a Game 7 here. So, yeah, like noted, as you noted, right, I don't think Leah really could have done anything different and what she just cited just now, right? Just numbers. Great usage of number efficiency from Aria. Use that to her advantage, and we love seeing things like that, right? You're so tactical with the little things like that. It helps a lot, brings that momentum here, but oh man, back and forth though. Could Leah pull some punches back with the Game 6 here?
It's great for the fans, man. I'll tell you right now. Thought I'd play my wild at the end, but part of me wanted to draw the power. Yeah, for sure. It's great for the fans, but for the players, man, we've all been there. It's stressful as heck. You really have to dial in,
really
lock
is.
in, and figure out how to basically skin the cat. How do you skin the cat to get to the finish line first? And that's really the game of Uno, man. There's so many ways to win. You can have. I've won games with beautiful hands, right? +4s, +2s, and then I've lost games with beautiful hands. What happened, right? And then the same thing can be said to, I got nothing, yet I can find a way to win. And that's the great thing about this game is you just don't know what hand is going to be the winning hand, and you have to play it a little bit like chess and think a couple moves in advance. But yet, in the end of the day, you're still playing checkers the way you look at it. So we'll see what it'll be for Game 6 for Leah. Leah, everything is open except for the 7-10 split, my friend. What do we got here for your final home game in Game 6?
Yeah, let's take it up to 12.
All right, we'll go 12-pack, and Sanford will dial us in. Big moment. Can Leah stave off it for a Game 7? If we get a Game 7, it'll be Aria and Leah's both second Game 7 of the tournament. Or does Aria finish it off in 6? And we'll find out right here. Here we go. Sanford loads in. We started with the LaPlante 5. And remember, DJ, we cannot see a full cent finish if we do go to that Game 7 because Aria won on that. So that's something to note. We cannot see that.
Oh, yeah. Can't steal my trademark.
The old Patty Mahomes, 15. All right, that's a spacing issue. Yes, there you go.
There we go.
It's just a little lag. That's okay. No worries on that. All right,
Yeah, a couple of greens to start out. Give them the money away.
I like it. Well, now the question becomes here, for sure, DJ. Aria has one advantage in the lead, but the power play in Leah's favor as we go into a blue zero sugar, that becomes a chess match, right? It's a chess match of figuring out how to not only be in control on the aggression of ammo, but know when to make the timing play. Because sometimes when you're down, you like to rush things, and all of a sudden you lose the game. And when you're ahead, you like to rush things, and all of a sudden you're heading to a Game 7, and the pressure's on. It's an ebb and flow that not a lot of people have, for sure.
I think that really emphasizes the notion of patience being a virtue, essentially.
Absolutely. As we go into a double play, we finish it off with Nick. Now Leah loading up, taking her time, figuring this out. Plays in the lane. We'll test there. We'll see the test if it pays off, because we saw this earlier. Aria decides to, do a double.
Yep, draws there.
But nothing. Here comes Leah. Still taking her time. +4 throws the heat check.
Ooh, heat check.
That's
To red.
The literal heat check.
Still her turn.
Woodard. Okay, so that's a quick double play, right? Not giving a lot of ammo, just simple 4 compared to the +12 earlier, which we saw that massive run. Let's see how Aria responds. Aria loading up. Here we go. Looking for a run of her own.
Red skip. Double play.
Quick double.
Still at red.
What will it be from Leah? We'll play it cool into that red 8 in the background. And so does Aria into the red deuce of Zach. Now, we'll see what happens. Yep, I was just
Ooh,
about
to a
say,
yellow.
Yep, I was just about to say we'll
Number
see what
efficiency.
We'll see what happens with that number of fish play. If Leah ran a red, is that an exposed vulnerability? Or are you finding a little rhythm? Yellow 9 now, up to the top 4. Still running it clean here.
Draws at the yellow.
And now it becomes a little bit of a chess match here, because Aria is similar to that game number 4, or excuse me, game number 3, where it becomes a game of tortoise hare. Where's the top decks?
Back
there's
to
the top,
red.
Yep, top deck city.
Mm.
Check. Aria, does she have a wild to flush? Nope, plays it clean.
Could this indicate that Leah has no yellows left?
Very possible, DJ. Look and see what she'll do here.
Because if she shifts this back to red, then we have a good indicator that she's got a pretty good amount of red cards, I could say, as rhetorical as that sounds. But now a shift to green. Some uncharted territory, it seems. Haven't really seen much green in this one. And now looks like Leah's going to roll with it with a 3.
Probably trying the undercut. Let's see if Aria can make a move on this possible green to get a Caesar. There's the Caesar. I was just thinking Jay Caesar in my head, because that's usually what you do when you go to that green. You have something in the back pocket, and there it is.
Yeah, both still with 4 cards left in their hand. But Leah does have that power play to make note of.
There's the power play still in the back pocket. Here comes Aria, ties it up. Trips a piece. Trace on trace. Here comes Leah. Will we sing the same verse and same song from the earlier game? We'll find out. You're loading up here. In a captain for that. Yep, same exact. Yeah, same.
There
verse.
It is.
Yep, same verse. We saw this with Goldie. Almost deja vu all over again. There's the red 4. Is this a finish?
Might go have a run here. This should be the finishing, unless she had nothing in the tank. But this definitely screams finishing. There it is.
Yeah, that's a finish.
Here we go. Game 7.
Game 7 win D. And I gotta ask. We'll go over to Aria first here, because that's a good power play from this. Basically, we saw this with Goldie. Aria, you basically had a good chance to seize up the momentum when you were in red and red and red. You went over to yellow real quick, vibed with it, but then do you think you ran out of steam with the green +2 as your only saving grace to force maybe Leah back, or did you have a +4 lurking to maybe finish it off that you just couldn't get the timing down with?
No, we had a number of options available to us. We were running through our strategy, but obviously, she got to jump on us, so that was pretty much about it.
Game 7 indeed, and we'll go over to Leah. Leah pretty much jumped on that, right? You found a little bit of rhythm, used the power play advantage you had. It's nullified now. It's basically Caesar Goldie, right? We saw this earlier. Straight's exact scenario. Your thoughts on how you were able to seize the momentum, and talk to me about that early +4, using it as a more of a neutralizer, but also more of as a leverage play to get to the finish.
Yeah, that was a really tense game. You might have noticed I thought about my moves a lot, took some extra time there. I'm glad I did. I started out with like a handful of numbers, 2 major exceptions, a pair of +4s. Since I had one that I could keep in the back, I decided, you know what, I might as well throw one out in the beginning, get myself at an early advantage, and see how I play from there. I think it worked out well. And I'll tell you, I had the chance to play the power play and end that off a couple turns earlier. I decided, you know what, I'm going to try to play this straight. Aria hit me with a +2, and then I knew, all right, I skipped out on the power play the first time. I have a second chance, and I would rather go into a clean Game 7 with no power play than risk ending it off and losing on Game 6 right now. So second time around, I hit it with the power play finisher, and man, that was exhilarating.
Well, that's the ebb and flow, and I'm going to bring Yoshi in here real quick. I know DJ's doing a fantastic. I just want to bring him in real quick. Yoshi, we were seeing deja vu, right? We saw this with, of course, Caesar Gold, but this is the exact same scenario. The only difference was Goldie had a 6-bagger in Game 6 to fend off Caesar. This was a 3-bagger. Talk to me about how that power play into a Game 7 situation, you don't want to leave it home, might make the difference between losing and winning a series. We saw this earlier. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like you have the opportunity to do it. It's like the bot gives you an opportunity. You got a +4. Sometimes when it comes to Game 6, you don't even have the ability to do this. So I think you may as well take it, because like I've mentioned it before, even if you lose this Game 7, you at least know that you took it here, because using the power play, you don't know if Aria could have had the finish. You're better off. I mean, look at that. Like, this is a great way to win, because you got the 4, which was honestly kind of a lucky pull. I feel like that had to be a sign that you had to use it there. I don't know. Like, this seemed like a very good power play to me. Even if it doesn't lead to the win at the end of the day, I still think you were better off using it than not using it.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I didn't even think about. With the red, you wonder if you save it right. Was Aria hiding the red? We'll never know, right? There was options in her hand, so that's something to know. All right, it's Game 7. We know for sure 15's out, because we can't do that one Aria, it's the last game. Everything's open but 5, 6, and 15. Free board. What do we got?
Hello, 14.
We'll go 14. We're going to keep it up. Double OG to finish us off on a Game 7. Reminder, winner gets Yepes. No matter who wins here, they'll be on the road regardless. Yepes, the 5 seed. One of the big controllers of that region as well. Yeah, that's right. Full sends, little scissor. All right. Big moment. Game 7, DJ. We've all been here before. Starting it off with an M Blue 6. The only difference is this Game 7 had a cleaner start. The last one with that +4, Caesar had a crazy advantage. Now you wonder, in this case, with it being a cleaner Game 7 start, both players are on even ground. It comes down to the skill aspect of timing once again.
And that's all what we envision, right? We want some old school Uno, no power plays in this, right? They already used it, but they both used them really well and really wisely. Comes to showcase the experience both players have. But now this is just some good old-fashioned Uno. Whether you want to drain the number up first and save the wilds for later, basically your action cards, as we already see one up to par, actually make it 2. Blue skip to a red skip. And let's see, will we get another play? Yep, one more card to it. Hey, that's me. So it's a triple play there.
There's the old DJ card. We'll go into a triple play from, of course, Myth to H to DJ. Let's see how Leah will respond. Test play goes for a classic up to the top 4. Let's see if Aria can live with it or number efficiency comes into play. Let's see what it'll be. Game 7's a mindset, man. It's about understanding and control of the situation. There's the number of
aggressive card switching, color switching here. Really early. Testing the waters out. Now to a green.
Plays it cool. Green 3 and a red. Yep, and that's it, right? It's about this aggressive switching. When to be aggressive, when to lay off the throttle. Let's see how it'll be from Aria. Here we go again.
Green skip. Double play.
Double play. Aria with an advantage, but not too much of an advantage, right? We talk about sometimes in the game you're up by 8, 9 cards. This is very even here. 3 cards. Nothing to really scoff at, especially since Aria may have a deficit on red.
It makes me curious on how many action cards Aria has, using a lot of skips early on, though. Here comes a few reverses, a duo of them, with a +4 added to it. Now shifted to the color blue,
Regular
back to
4.
yellow.
Regular 4, DJ.
Yeah.
You're good, man. All good. But
Yep, so now we've got another color change.
Yep, all good there. Yellow 4 now. Aria definitely relying on numbers. This is basically Caesar Goldie. Caesar was doing a lot of this number efficiency stuff. Goldie was doing a lot of this number efficiency stuff where Caesar was playing a lot more control. And it's crazy how this Game 7's almost the exact same meta as the Caesar Goldie one. Yellow 3 now. Plays it cool. No power play. We'll see how it goes. Here comes Leah.
Taking her time.
Yellow card now being played. We'll see what happens. Going to go for a quick double up this time into, actually double into a Grim 7. Ditto play. We're going to
Ditto
Grim.
play.
And now, DJ, this becomes a game of, what the numbers lie. Because now if there's just not going to be a lot of ammo in this game, timing matters, but it becomes down to number efficiency. And I was just about to say, this is a big point for Aria here. Can she get out of this blue? Oh, it does.
It does. Has an answer. Takes it to green.
Beautiful play. Back and forth. But now Leah has some deficits on these possible colors from Aria. It's making the game a little different. What will it be from Leah? Now got to think this one through. Aria, of course, has basically thrown the kitchen sink. There's no doubt. The kitchen sink's thrown. Back to red.
Now we got a red.
That's a rainbow. Pop the Skittles. Does Aria have it? Yes. Skittles indeed. That was a crazy sequence. We have not seen a rainbow in a while, and now we'll get one there. What will Leah have? Into a red. Decides to make the break. KT Wild.
Wild to a blue.
Does Aria have anything? No.
Interesting. Had to draw. Good play.
Nothing. Here comes Leah looking for dose. Or check. Can Leah finish it off? Yes, the check. 2 freshies.
1 card left.
Can Aria have anything on the +2, though? We've seen these +2s be very ill-timed before. Back to red.
Back to red.
Is it number efficiency for Leah to skin the cat and get the win? Looking forward for a Game 7? No.
Great play from Aria.
That was clutch. That was absolutely clutch. And even if it's a draw city, that's a good win right there for Aria. And she does not have it a draw city, so that's good. Even better. Both now are playing very peculiar here. You're down 2-3 cards, and now Aria's got the momentum back. Just like that, one turn.
Nothing there. But it shows that Leah didn't have any reds to answer to that.
Yeah,
Let's see if this is a top deck here. Let's see.
It's back
or
and
even the
forth
number
now.
efficiency.
It's back and forth.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
we're back to
We're
draw
getting draw
city.
city now.
Yep. Crazy game right there. Both have jammed themselves into a corner, and yet both have gotten themselves out of a corner. It's how the game works sometimes. Still into that draw city. First top deck for a red 3 here, and Aria's going to match that. So now it's just, right, mirror playing, understanding what's good, what's not good. Aria, let's see if she has a 2. Nope. And now, DJ, you got to think the draw city, it comes down to, we have not seen anything on the hard history that says anything's really crazy with the Reds. A lot of open +2s, +4s, plenty of wilds. It makes the game a lot more interesting for both players as we go into this draw city.
Oh, yeah, they're stockpiling now, looks like.
We could be here in a while, maybe.
Top deck here, maybe.
Top deck, Aria. Okay, got one as well. There's the
now
one.
Green.
Yep. Leah makes the break. Here comes Aria. Plays it cool in the Vapor. Plenty of action cards. Winner gets Yepes. No matter who Yepes gets, it's a rematch either from 23 2 years ago or last March. Plays it cool. Down to cap. Rolling into it. There's the lock. 30-man series, basically. Over 30 now. Almost 40. Here comes Aria looking for a possible momentum shifter. No, plays it clean. And now you got to think...
Numbers game so far.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's numbers game. There's not much ammo here. You don't know when it can crescendo. But the number game is definitely becoming a prominent figure.
I'm telling you, KT, I think both are waiting to use their action cards here.
Well,
Here we got one coming up right now. There's a wild.
Cody's yellow. This is huge. There's the action card. We just called it, man. Great work. How will Aria respond to this yellow? How does Leah respond to this yellow? That's usually a heat check, man. It's usually a heat check. +2.
Ooh, +2.
Not a finisher. Once again, same 6-1
Not a finisher
situation.
yet.
But let's see if
Aria
Aria
have
has
anything to
something.
defend that.
I think she will. Yep.
+4 red.
May have
Good
stopped.
defensive play.
May have stopped the game too. Either way, that was a good on both ends for sure. +2 one way, +4 could have been a finisher either way. Red 4 plays it cool. Aria back in front with the yellow though.
Ooh,
That's a big play right there, DJ. That's
big
huge.
play.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Aria can run it now. No power
Good
play
chance
either
for
way.
Aria.
Yep.
Gives a good indicator.
Not much you can do. Here comes Aria for check. Nothing though. Gets out of the
Nothing.
jam. Well, now if you're Leah, you're content either way here, right? You be a risky switch if you go
Maybe
for
both don't have yellow.
it. Yeah. Play it content. And that had to be a finisher from Aria or Leah both ways.
Definitely.
Great stop from both.
There's so many moments for both ends. They could have won it, but it's still just heat to heat, neck and neck right now.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Close only.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah, a lot of what ifs. Close only
Yeah.
counts and horseshoes. That's how it works with this game, man. It's until you get that
They're just
last
drawing
card
now.
played. You never know.
Might be doing another stack again here.
Well, if you look at the stack, it's, as we say, as DJ says, piling that artillery. Plenty of options. Still have all the +2s in red, green. 1 +2 left in yellow and blue. +4s are wide open, really. Wilds are still got half of them remaining. A lot of options still to go. Aria's still with the 1 possession lead. Even if Leah plays here, she'll still have possession arrow.
Still drawing.
Yeah, we're going back.
We're going back.
We're waiting for it. Back on the track. We'll find out who can get back on the
We're
track.
it's a matter of who strikes first.
Oh yeah. It's just who comes in saying, hey, you know what? Who strikes first and goes from there is our boss joins us, the boss himself, MGR. Welcome, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by here. Well, I thank him for all the work last night, man. We were up all last night. It's good to have him back. The boss is here. Appreciate him. All right, now we go into Leah down 2 possessions, looking to stockpile, as DJ said. Who will make the move? There's the move, DJ.
Yep, Blue Wild. This will open up the waters. Once again.
From the Brock to the KT. Here comes Aria looking to finally break out of this, maybe. Was this a possible connector she needed? A lot of cards here, too, you got to think. Here comes a plus 2. Yep.
Ooh. Interesting
defensive.
to use it pretty early, though, when you have a lot of cards left. Maybe she still has more upper hand, right? Interesting to use that plus 2 right now. That's double play.
It's either 2 schools of thoughts, right? You play it early, prevent a possible crazy run because it's Game 7, a little maybe paranoia or 2, right? You just play it, get a little bit more of a gap, and see if you can erase it quick. And that's what Leah does. Erases the plus 2. We're back to square one. 3 possessions now. Here comes Leah loading up. Seemed to be content on the blue earlier as she played it.
Yep, they're staying with the blue right now.
Sticking with it.
Keeping it at a regular 3.
Number efficiency has been the key for Aria. Does she have another one?
Could we see a color switch here?
Yeah.
Or are they going to stick with what they got?
Just about to say that, man. We're on the same wavelength. It's about the color switches, timing that right move as we go to a deuce, up to a 9, top 4.
They might be draining their blues real fast. That's kind of what I'm reading right now. Get that blue out of the way. And then they both run out, and then you're like, oh man, they draw again.
Draining the
Speaking
ice.
of.
Yep. Leah for the tie. Aria down possession now. She doesn't play. Yep, down possession.
No blue. No blue for Aria right now.
Question is, when do you make the switch? When do you make that crucial pivotal break? Because at some point, you're going to have to go to another color to win this game. When will it be? Multiple times Leah has won this game in time. Here we go.
Plus 4 to red. Ooh.
Aria has a chance maybe if Leah doesn't close this out. Let's see.
4 cards left for Leah right now. Reverse there.
Not a closeout.
With a red 4.
That will give Aria a chance to fire back. And this is where the ammo wars start, DJ. Because when you see that 1 plus 4, it's a warning shot for sure.
Oh, for sure. Reverse right back.
Double play.
Just a little double play.
Leah looking for check, or does she run out? Out, yep.
No reds for her.
We're going to Draw City again. Crazy game. Both players have put it on the line. No one's holding back. It's been a great Game 7. Almost 40 minutes of the series now. We'll see if we continue the fireworks here in a second. Still the fireworks continue. Off the Draw City, we saw a little bit of an ammo explosion there, but both players have done what they need to do. Reminder, the next game is F4. Good old Draw
As
City.
they keep drawing and drawing.
But you know, the crazy thing here, DJ, is we'll definitely have the next game delayed. These Game 7 can go either 1-2 way. We've seen Yoshi Gerard go pretty much 30 seconds. We've seen games go 20 minutes. You never know how Game 7s goes, and usually they become long because both players
Plus
have
2
ammo.
here.
Yep. Looking for a double. Oh, yeah, here's a triple.
Ooh. Back to yellow.
One
Let's
more.
see.
Whoa, my word.
Wow.
One
Triple
more.
plus 2s.
One more would definitely put Aria in comeback range, but she will stay there.
Wow.
Now, you know what? It's the same exact scenario as earlier in the game. We saw
2
this.
dozen cards.
We saw
for
2
Aria.
dozen card, no comeback, but now it's going to be the same thing. How does Aria skin the cat? Because she played a pretty perfect style that one game, but the only difference is that was a lower pressure environment. This is Game 7. Let's see if she plays conservative or plays more aggressive here. Let's see.
And we got a pretty good indicator she doesn't really have any wild +4s because she would have already iced the game by then. So this is, if there's anything you can make note of, is that Leah does not have a wild +4 on her. And if she had another +2 too as well, that's the other thing. That would have also been a pretty good sign. But we'll kind of have to see though. Pretty big gap though. But we've seen gaps get diminished real fast.
You never know in this game, man. And that's what Aria's got to go through. Basically go through the stats, go through the card history, go through the table. And no other better player to have than Grim here. And when Grim and I had the vision, especially Grim, to really give these people what they want. This is the reason, right? Check your stats, check your history, check what you need to get back in the game. It's the beauty of this bot. Goes to red, plays it clean. All right, what we got from Sanford? He's typing up a storm.
Oh my.
Sanford goes a little heat check.
That is true. That is true though.
Let's see. Does Aria have anything on the red? Nah, it's just Charles Sanford.
A little bit of banter.
Classic Sanford. Classic from the top rope from the ref.
The bluntness. No red.
Well,
no red for Leah.
Crazy thing is, a lot of the reds have been juiced. There's really nothing left other than a 1, a 2. Well, oh, there's the other
+2.
Yeah, that's about it. So, Aria decides to play it. Now it's almost similar, 21-5. This game has now reached 45 minutes of action, basically. Long game 7. This is what we expected. Now Aria
has to draw.
Yep.
There it is.
Well, normally I would say, we have the drawback rule, but since red's juiced, I mean, there's really no point to really have that effect until we get to a new color.
Just sticking with the red right now.
I think Leah's trying to go aggressive here, DJ. I smell some type of switch if it doesn't go in her favor.
I think she's waiting for the right number to switch, like you said. I agree with that. Waiting for that magical number to show up. Their color switch. But Aria's got a lot in the tank.
Yeah, there's really no point to enact the drawback rule until we get to a new color because it's red. We're juiced out on red. We're looking for we're literally looking for a deuce or an 8. That's it. It's legit. That's it. Nothing else. Until we get to that magical new color, then we'll start enacting it. There's a deuce. Okay.
Now let's see here. Will Aria pull out? If Aria draws, I think Leah might switch colors immediately.
Here comes Aria. Plays a skip. Here we go. Another
Yellow skip. Let's color switch this time. Could this be
interesting
what Leah needs? Is this the color she wants?
No +2s.
Let's
remember,
see.
DJ. No +2s in yellow. That's interesting to know. It's just a gamble.
And she's got no wild +4s from all I know. Like I said, she would have iced it a bit ways back. So we've got a good idea then, unless she drew it.
Here's a reverse.
Reverse to a 2. So double play here.
Here comes Aria. Let's see what she'll have.
So we know that she's got cards in yellow. Not much in red, or really anything in red. Alright, with the 0. Rolls with it. To the 3.
Aria looking here. Let's see what it'll be. Into the yellow. Place it up. Double up.
Just playing the numbers game right now.
And that's what Uno is, man. Sometimes when you get to these points.
Yeah, it comes down to sometimes just number efficiency and using your numbers correctly. And Leah's got a lot of yellow. I'm seeing a lot of yellow. She doesn't have much cards left, though, in contrast to Aria's, but now a switch to green. Could those last 2 cards be green cards?
We'll see what it'll be. We'll go into a green skip. Only 4
Green
cards
skip.
in the deck, too.
Green reverse.
Here's a big
A yellow reverse.
Or you land on right here. No +2 is coming. Still more in a tank.
Oh, a lot of wild cards here. A lot of action cards here.
Huge amount of that. Goes into a 9.
Huge amount.
Oh, gets the 9 switch.
Oh, wow.
Wrong number. But you got to think at this
Wrong
point,
number.
Aria could very well have
Switch
a
the
+4.
color again.
Yeah, or a +4. Gotta think it's coming now.
What do you do here?
Oh, more of them.
A blue reverse.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no self-drawback rule because we were on red. There was legit no numbers to play, so I allow it.
There's a +4 right there, KT.
There it is. You knew it was coming.
Back to yellow. Yeah, had to have played it. You had to play it.
And you got to think
just to
now.
keep it alive.
And now at this point, DJ, we're juiced. Everything is gone, right? We have next draw is going to equal a new reshuffle. So let's see what will happen as we go 20 minutes in. There's the red.
Yeah, there's a red. Ooh, we haven't really seen much red in a while, so
back to green. Triple
gravitates
play.
back to green.
The eight ball,
greedy green
magic. Yep. Everything is juiced though. Basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There it is. +2. That's going to
reshuffling the deck. Yep. Leah's got 2 cards to Aria's 11. Reverse here from Aria. Let's see, will we go for a double play? She will.
Reverse skip meta has been insane. Aria's had 25 reverses and skips versus 11.
Insane stat.
Leah looking for a possible... That's it!
Whoa! Oh my goodness, what a play!
Well, hold on, because you said there was no play. Wow. That had to be off.
Maybe they saved, maybe from the draw, maybe from the +2. I have no clue.
Yeah, I gotta ask.
That had to have been.
I'll clear up 2 things. So, Leah, first off, that +4, right? Was that off a potential save play to the end, or did you just top deck at some point? Because I think DJ was right in saying that multiple times you got to Uno, you probably didn't have the +4, but it eventually came naturally at some point, would you say?
Let me tell you what happened there. You know when Aria played the yellow wild +4 on me a few turns back?
Yes.
Oh, it gave it to you.
That was when I picked up the green +2 and the wild +4.
Oh, wow. The green +2? That was it?
And it was like the wand +4 she was given. Aria gave. It basically gave her the ammunition, right, to bring it to the end with a clutch Game 7 win. Yeah, because I had a feeling, because when I look back at that, I'm like, it had to have been from one of the +2s or +4s that Aria gave, because it didn't look good for Leah, because I'm like, well, she would have iced the game already, like, let's say, like 10 minutes ago or something like that, right? Like, but man... What a game, though! This was a hell of a game.
Yeah. So the whole, I'll go to Aria. The whole thing with the juice rule, basically, when you have nothing red, and Sanford, you can kind of back me up. When basically the whole deck is juiced on red. You know, if we move to a different color, when we go to blue, yeah, I enforce it because blue hadn't had much action cards. But when everything is juiced on the numbers in red, I'll let it go for sure, because it's a Game 7. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make a big impact, but I will say, Aria, that's a tough way to lose, because basically, were you thinking in your mind, okay, you know, you're down to 1 +4, right? You're down to 1 +4, and you're trying to play this game of who has it. Is it at the bottom of the well? You decide to say, okay, let's use it just in case she has it in the back pocket. Could you have maybe done a little bit better read? But there was about 20 moments where you stopped her and she stopped you. I don't know if you can really be upset about this game, because there was about 20 moments of insane finishes and closes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it was, a great series going all the way down to Game 7, quite close. That's probably what we want to see. That's what the fans want to see. I mean, I think not the way we want to end it, of course. But we were like 24-3 or something down. So I think to get as far as we did in terms of coming back was quite good. But obviously, twice in a series is a little bit of an ask. But nonetheless, congratulations to Leah. That was a great game. Yeah, I mean, just can only move on to the next one.
Well, we'll go over to DJ. That was a fantastic set, and I think this came down to more of a back and forth of ammo, a back and forth of control. But ultimately, I think that won out was the pressure environment of a Game 7, where you just don't know when and where it's going to crescendo. Do you think the fact that they were just playing 6-7 games, or 6-7 mini games of at Uno, stop, Uno, stop, Uno, and you have a 20-minute game where we haven't even touched 20 minutes other than game one, when now we doubled up that time. Do you think that adds a little bit of a pressure element where the endurance battle starts to shape in?
I think it does, because there's that sense of urgency that you want to get this game done, right? Because long games do take a toll, as much as people probably don't think that sometimes with a game of Uno like this, right? But it does play a little role in it, because then whether your tolerance, your patience, right? Will that dwindle? Will that shrink a little bit? Because if you make maybe a little less rational decision than you want to, that could really change the complexion. I think both did a really good job in this game. Obviously, like Aria had 2 baker's dozens essentially of cards, almost made a great comeback. It all came down to just like how that ammunition was given, right? I mean, it's all hindsight though. If that +4 didn't happen, it could have been a whole different game, right? That Leah got. But that game 7 could have been anybody's, no matter what. I think both played really good.
We'll go over to Sanford, and then we'll go back to Leah on thoughts on your pets. Sanford, crazy series, man. Obviously, it came down to a little bit of that cat and mouse with the +4, but other than that, your thoughts on just how both players were able to rectify the issues and go from there in both settings? Because there was not one game where you felt there was going to be a winner either way until we got to maybe about minute 18. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think you can really look at anything inside of this series and hold your head down about this. Was just well fought by both. Leah, the perseverance to get to Uno and then not get down about the fact of just getting sent back each time. For Aria, just the ability to keep fighting. And just well played throughout, and sad to see that someone had to lose on this one.
Yeah, we'll go to Yoshi. Obviously, crazy game, a lot of back and forth. Your thoughts on both players playing basically to a war? We forgot about Aria's 100th game. That's how crazy this series was. Congratulations to Aria, though, on 100. We'll get to her ceremony a little later. But your thoughts on the game and what we can counteract. What do you expect from Leah Yepes, the rematch? We saw that last year.
It's kind of like something where with I guess as far as the series, it was very good. I mean, we tend to see game 5, the winner of that wins the series, but Leah breaks that trend, and I think it was because of the fact that she took risks, right? She took the risk on the +12, kind of trying to not let history repeat itself and let Aria make a comeback win. And I think, it was definitely not. It didn't feel like a random +12 to make, because at the time the only action cards that Aria could have gotten were there weren't that many action cards left for Aria to get. So it honestly managed to work out, and eventually when the +4 went to Leah's hand, it just ended up working out. I think seeing how Aria didn't get all of the +4s, hence why when she gave a +4 to Leah, it ended up, when she +4'd Leah, it ended up giving her one. So that was just an unfortunate situation for Aria there. Yeah, I think going into this next round, Yepes Leah, not only is this the new bot rather than the old one, we are now going to be in best of 9s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So you got to think of this like how, me versus Ghost. It was best of 9 back then and best of 7 here. The result was different. I don't think that was the reason why the result was different, but just you have to consider, Leah is not going to go down without a fight, and you may expect Yepes to win this, but a lot of people expected me to beat Ghost, and I couldn't get it done. So we're gonna have to see. It's gonna be an intense one. Yepes is gonna try and win once again, but he shouldn't go in too confident, because Leah, with this new bot and how close games can be, Leah is gonna make it close, I think.
We'll go over to Leah for the final word, and we'll get out of here. I know we got another game coming up. Your thoughts on playing Yepes in the rematch? Obviously, completely different circumstances. We saw last year that was with the old bot. It was the first game of your league career. Now you basically have played, what is it, 7 series now, I believe? So this is your 8th series coming up. How have the times changed as you look forward to the rematch with the former world champion?
Man, I just gotta say, like, I feel like I've learned so much from playing all the series I have here. Obviously, my skill at Uno has improved a lot. I don't by any means think it's going to be an easy task beating Yepes, but I'm certainly excited to, like, run it back, you know? Like, it feels so full circle going up against, my very first match of the league, for Sweet 16 here. Like, I don't know, I'm just really hyped.
That's all you can really ask for, man. It's the beauty of the game of Uno, right, DJ? We always talk about the house money mentality, and today, house money won out for sure.
Well, I would like to say the house always wins, but it doesn't always win in this case, right?
Nah.
But you look back, right? I think of Game 6, that power play that Leah used. If she didn't use that, this would have been a whole different story. I think that kind of, in a way, set the momentum a little bit in Leah's favor. Now, also, it probably also helped that she was getting teased like 5 different times for an Uno, right? And just Aria did a great job defensively, right? To just deny all of that. It just seemed like, and this is all hindsight right now, it just kind of seemed inevitable. But no, really, again, really close game. What a game to actually commentate over, KT. This was, for a first game that I'm commentating, like a first series, this is a freaking good start.
Yeah, you're coming back. Everyone loves you, man. We cannot wait to have DJ Curtis back in the booth for many times, right? This is just the beginning of a great partnership with the league. Can't wait for have DJ in the booth. But we'll go to the pod real quick and get us out. I know we got another game. Of course, Leah takes care of business. We'll be on the road. Kind of funny how Leah was the 16 seed last year against Yepes, who was the ultimate 1 seed. This year, the ultimate 1 seed is actually in Yepes. Well, I can't say he runs the region because Ghost and Captain down there is a 2-3. Going to be a battle between those two of low cards versus absolute crack on speed with the fastest versus the low tide crunch. But should be a good one. Halfway done with the day. We got 2 more on deck. Of course, we have a big match with another 9-16. A little bit different this time, though. Andy and Zach 103, or Zach Armstrong, as I like to call him. Should be a good one. Battle of another game of house money on both, really. And then we're hoping for Sting Camaro at 8 o'clock in prime time with JT coming back to stream a little action on a Monday night. For myself, DJ Curtis for being a fantastic commentator, Charles Sanford for reffing some great games today, Yoshi helping me out with commentating and reffing. For Nick watching, of course, we had Luke, Puzzle Dan, Cody Smart, Stingray, Sean Heechegard. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us. Congratulations one more time to Leah for getting the win, as she'll play Yepes in the rematch of 2024 March Madness. For myself, I'm signing off for the night. You'll see me back here tomorrow for Nick Chen at 8 o'clock, the only game of the day tomorrow in prime time. Looking forward to that. And then Wednesday, we round out the round with Thursday being the final game of the day with Ashley Allen, 9:30 and 3 more on tap for Wednesday. We'll see you for sure tonight in about an hour or so, or half hour, and then JT at 8 o'clock to close this out. Good night, everybody, from the boss. We'll see you then around 4:30, 5 o'clock.